forgot to click record. Like I was saying for the recording, it's important for him to be gear tier 6 bare minimum. Even like me doing tier 4 raids right now is never mind heroics. For that one gear piece that increases his potency up to 18%. Once he gets to gear tier 7, you're able to go in and add an additional gear piece. And let me showcase that gear piece here. Switch over to the other account. There we go. Oh, wrong account. Too many accounts to keep track of. My apologies. So at gear 7, at tier 7 for Barley, there's the additional. I don't even have gear 7 on this guy. Anyways, there's a gear piece on tier 7, which is in this slot here, that increases his potency up to 28%. Very much like Bubbles, going from 18 to 28%. It's key, especially if you're using Barley in your lineups. You want to be able to have obviously as high potency as possible. That basically allows you to increase the chances of his abilities taking hold. So if I'm looking at his potency, for example, is the chance to successfully apply a harmful effect, and the harmful effect in this particular scenario is going to be Barley reducing the magic on my opponents, and that's for obvious reasons as to why we want to do that. We want to avoid that bomb as much as utterly possible. We want to stay as far away from it as we possibly can, right? So let's take a look now what we got here. I'm gonna spend some energy so that my OCD doesn't drive me insane. I'm hoping to be able to get these characters up to 7-star over the next few days and have them eligible for raids. Not too shards, not bad, not bad. So let's take a look at what we can do here. We're currently in phase 4, which is obviously one of the easier phases. That being said, I've seen one of our wonderful members, Master Isaiah here, can do millions upon millions with this lineup. Like, it's just absolutely insane, even post nerf in T4. And basically what you want to do, and start with a nice fresh slate, we want to make sure that we have our wonderful duo of Barley and Sven. You want Barley in this particular slot and Sven in this slot. These are going to be the last 2 slots that are going to be the instant kill, Sven being the last one. And the reason why we want Sven to be the last one to be killed is because we want to make sure that he can deal as much possible as possible. Hey JLux, pleasure meeting you, man. Thanks for jumping on board. And Barley has a second last slot, and there's people that would swap this out with having Barley here versus Barley in this particular spot, is because the kill order in this phase, much like the kill order in the first phase, and quite frankly, from what I've seen almost every single phase, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if all things go according to plan and you can't avoid that instant kill, that's who's going to go first. So I have seen Barley instead of this slot being slotted over here, but I've run this slot before and it's done pretty well for me. So we're gonna go in and see what we can do now. But this is the lineup that you want to run. You want to run Merlin in the middle, simply because he's going to be the first to die. Now it's going to be a very, very tough call between Hero and Bubbles as who I want to have die second. In this particular scenario, I'm keeping my Hero as the second death because I'm hoping that he's going to be able to grab to give me as many evades as absolutely possible, give me as many shields as possible prior to him dying, at which point I don't need him to speed up anymore, I don't need him to go in and give me shields anymore, but I would want my Bubbles here to go in and reduce the TM as much as possible to allow my Sven to hit as many times as possible. The 2 spells that you want to have are going to be Cauldron and Shadow, and as you can see with this particular account, my Cauldron is only a level 2, which means that I'm only going to get 2 magic from it, not 3 magic from it. It's obviously ideal if you can get it up to level 4 like I have on my main account, and you've seen why that's ideal, because it grants magic like a beast, and it just constantly feeds your lineups. I'm going to save this over here, and much like the previous video, I'm going to go and showcase some of the key elements to this particular lineup. My bubbles in this scenario is gear tier 7, which I think is almost a requirement. Because with gear tier 7, you're able to unlock his stare down, and his stare down gives him double the TM reduction once he has tactics. So that basically means 70% TM reduction, and you've seen what that can do with the Anna lineup. So we definitely want that. Now, I don't have the last gear tier piece on him, and the reason why that's very important is because right now he's got 18% potency, and that extra 10% potency makes a huge difference. So what we're gonna end up doing is, I don't have the gems to spend, or do I? Can I get 50 gems? I might be able to get 50 gems. I don't get 50 gems. So we're not gonna get that gear tier piece on there, so we're gonna see what bubbles can do with it. The other, sorry for the back and forth, the other importance, much like with the Anna lineup, is going to be Sven. Obviously the higher the tier the better, so right now he's only a tier 6, he can only do so much damage. I don't think I can tier him up all the way, so let's take a quick look here. No, there's no way I'm gonna tier him up, and that's offense, so maybe I can, no, I can't do that either. So I'm not gonna be able to tier him up, means he's only gonna be able to do so much damage. With my other account, he was tier 7, he was able to do 120 damage, I think, at most, 130k damage at most, which was awesome. Merlin, he's only gear tier 5, but his level 3 ability is the one that I care about. His level 3 ability is the one that it needs to be the 3 cooldown reduction. It needs to be there simply because, as you're going to see, I'm only going to be using it on himself. And I don't want to feed Ursula any more TM than she already grabs. So that's a requirement. And as you can see, gear tier 5, I haven't invested a hell of a lot into him. He's not halfway to 7 stars, but that ability is key there. Hero, gear tier 7, that's going to come in very handy. So let's go and take a look and see what we can do here. And as you can see, Sven doesn't have his a tier 3 crit damage stone. %, might be able to clear it. Might be able to clear it because I have another account that I can use as well. So here's my lineup. Tier 4 raids. Pretty good. No, horrible turn meter. And the reason why this is a horrible turn meter is because I'm gonna be getting I'm gonna get the stupid negative effects added onto me right away. So in this particular scenario, it doesn't make a difference if I speed up bubbles to give Barley the heads up at all. Ideally, what you would want is you'd want to be able to take down one of the tentacles down before the other one attacks. And the reason for that is when Ursula goes now, one tentacle is going to remove all of my evades, and the second tentacle is going to give me that wonderful helpful immunity negative effect. And as soon as you got that helpful immunity negative effect, it's kind of useless. You can't do anything in this particular scenario. Like if I keep going down this path, I'm dead. There's just no chance in hell. I can try to take down the tentacle, but I won't be able to, guaranteed. And then the second tentacle is gonna just absolutely demolish me. So if I go in here, there's one tentacle down, fantastic. Thanks Sven for the assist. And unless I can take down this tentacle right now, it's not gonna do anything. Yeah. So not good, but also not bad. And the reason why it's not bad is because I got my cauldron, my shadow is almost ready. I can go and take down this tentacle now. That's fine, wasted that one there. But now Merlin, my wonderful Merlin, as soon as I disclass, that helpful immunity is gone. I still got my poison on there, which is bad, but I might be able to salvage this. Might be able to salvage this. So what do I want to do now? I'm gonna go and speed up Bubbles there. Give Barley up there, give Barley tactics because I want Barley to be able to reduce the magic. And I'm gonna go ahead and reduce her magic now. Hopefully it takes. It did not take. Which is, it is what it is. I need some shields up because Bubbles is very, very low there. Let's reduce her TM a little bit. That harmful immunity. So this is the problem with it. Normally if that helpful immunity wasn't on there, he'd be just fine. His ability would have been all filled up. It wouldn't have been a problem. Because he had that helpful immunity up, that's not a good thing, and I don't want to do this. Like, I normally would not do any of this. With Barley, you do want to do the Book of Yore on him, simply so that you can charge up Guinevere and get her ready for the next attack. As you notice, I haven't used my shadow yet, and I haven't used my shadow because it's way too early in the game. Sven doesn't deal nearly enough damage to be able to do anything. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up restarting this because I don't like this run. Yeah, I don't like what this run is doing to me. Now, because I still have tactics on Barley, I should be able to use the truck and hopefully, there we go, reduce some of that damage, some of that magic on her, which is great. Let's go speed up that cauldron here. Get an assist? Yeah, there's the assist. Beauty. That's what I want. I'm wasting all of Sven's crits, which is fine because I need to reset. I don't like the fact that Merlin died, and that's why I don't like this run, because I don't like the fact that my next instant kill is going to be here. No ifs and or buts around it. Let's go ahead and reduce it one more time. Now, because I'm only using tactics on Barley, Sven is going to be much slower to charge. And I'm gonna continuously doing that Book of Yore on Barley so that I can get the magic back up. I can try to postpone Ursula as much as possible for that instant kill, which I'm pretty sure I'm already at the. Oh no, I still got one more at it. Tough call. I'm gonna go ahead and give Sven the tactics on this one, not Barley, simply because she doesn't have any magic on her instant kill ability, so I'm not gonna go in and reduce her magic at all because there's just no need for it. Still speeding up my cauldron, even though it only gives me 2 charges. Still speeding that up, still getting those stacks in there. And now that Sven has tactics, it's great because now Sven can build up those crits a little bit faster, get a little bit more damage going. I'm not gonna stare her down because her magic is way too low, so let's hopefully slow her down, but that did not slow her down. I did not ram the truck into her because I didn't have tactics on it, and because I don't have tactics on Barley, I'm not gonna waste that magic. But now that Bubbles is up, Bubbles is going to reduce the TM now instead of giving Barley tactics, and the reason for that is because Hero is up next. But he didn't have his speed up, which was bad, but not a problem. What to do. I'm gonna have to do Book of Yore on him again because I don't want to feed Ursula any more TM. Now, as you can see, Barley skipped a turn there because he got damaged earlier on. And she resisted. So let's go and speed up bubbles now, reduce that TM. Get a few more crits up on Sven. My Sven is a little bit underpowered here, so I think I'm gonna have to shadow Barley very soon. Maybe I can get a few more crits built on him if he doesn't assist yet. He always assists at the wrong possible times. Oh man, reduce that magic. Nope. Yeah, she's resisting way too much. This is why that tier 7 with the gear piece is so important. You're on him. Sven is not gaining crits as fast as I would like him to gain crits. Ideally, I would have liked him to have over 20 by now. Yeah. She's going to be resisting everything. But the good news is, my Sven now was able to pick up all of Barley's tactics, which is fantastic. I don't have to waste it from bubbles. Even though I did the truck on the tentacle, it doesn't make a difference because it reduces magic from all of the opponents in that line, including Ursula if she doesn't want to resist. So I think I'm gonna have to go in. I'm gonna go ahead and shadow Barley there. Don't assist on that one. Oh, thank God. No instant kill this turn, which means instant kill next turn. Don't resist. So this is the reason why you shadow Barley. Shadow Barley because of his basic, and his basic basically goes and calls you people to assist. And look at that, 40k from Sven, right? Obviously, if he was much more powerful, he'd be doing a lot more damage. That was with almost 20 crits at tier 7, right? So you want to do that. You want to be able to, excuse me, to bring him up and assist as much as possible. Ah, don't resist. Why would you resist? Well, there goes Hero, which means we're down to our dumping grounds. So now we just start dumping attacks. Not from Sven though. We're only going to be dumping attacks from Barley. She's resisting all the way. So seeing as how she's resisting all the way, we're going to stop ramming trucks into her. Let's go reindeer. was thinking about getting Barley cleansed there, but he had way too many negative effects on him to do any difference. And the chances of getting the right negative effects removed from him, in my opinion, were a little bit too low. So I'm not going to go and call Sven to assist simply because I don't want to get Ursula to hit next in this particular scenario. Seeing as our turn meter and the fact that Bubbles is next, Bubbles is going to be able to reduce her TM just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And now I can get him to assist. Come on, reindeer. I keep shadowing Barley simply because of that. The more Barleys you shadow, instead of shadowing Sven in this particular situation, you get a chance to get Barley to ask another Barley and another Barley and another Barley, and you basically start chaining them so that Sven hits. Like so. 2 hits instead of none. You know what, let's play the gamble. Let's see if she's gonna get her magic reduced. No. And the beauty is that when Barley asks somebody to assist, that somebody could also be the Cauldron. So now, our wonderful friend Bubbles is going to die, unfortunately. Oh, Barley, that's actually one of the best things that could have happened, because I can continue reducing her TM down, and I can boost up our friend Sven. And I can continue eating my carrots while Barley hopefully gets him to assist. Nah, of course, why would you? Let's eat a few more carrots. I think we have a few more left in the tank. Yeah, so as you can see, the damage is significantly different between this account and the other account. Instead of doing the 100k hits, doing 10, 20, 30, 40k hits at most, right? It's slightly different, but still good damage nonetheless. Hey, Dar. And there goes Barley, last Barley shadow. I'm gonna go ahead and take it in because I could use a few more crits, get a few more damage up there. Now you get that chance up. Okay. So now it's definitely over. It wasn't a bad run. I want to say half a mil, 3/4 of a mil. not too shabby. There you go. Assist, buddy. Assist. Keep assisting. Keep hitting her. And she gets another chance to instant kill him. Let's see what that did. 1.1. Wow. Impressed myself. So yeah, that's the Barley lineup. The higher your Barley, the more chances of decreasing that magic, the more chances of assisting. And the reason why you want to shadow Barley and not shadow Sven is because of that. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought. I didn't think I was going to get over with Mill, considering it was a shit run to begin with, and that could have been a much better run. But considering that I'm in tier 4, I'm not going to restart it for potentially an even worse run. So yeah, the Shadow Barley is because of this, and especially when you get him up to tier 8, or sorry, tier 7, this call for an additional ally to attack is absolutely huge. You're gonna end up getting Barley potentially to call Sven and another Barley, and when that second Barley goes in, he could realistically go in and call Sven and the original Barley, and just keep building and building and building, which basically means one attack from Barley can result in 4, 5 multiple hits from Sven, which basically means that one attack now did 2, 3, 400k damage without any question asked. So this level 4 at gear tier 7 is fantastic, and as soon as you get him unlocked to gear tier 7, you're able to go and get that gear piece up for him to give him that 28% potency. We did 1.1 mil damage, considering it was my alternate account with the gear tier 6 Barley and gear tier 6 Sven, 6-star bubbles. Like, it was 3.3 deck power, I think it was. So there's my alternate 1.3. I think I did like 200k damage earlier today prior to the reset, sitting at 9% health damage. And with 9% health damage, I think, might be optimistic. I mean, if we get a good run here, we might be able to potentially close it off. So I'm not going to showcase the Barley lineup again. I'm going to go back to my Anna lineup. And this particular account has my gear tier 7 bubbles. It has my one additional offense on Sven, which my main account does not have. So Sven is going to be doing even more damage than he did on my main account. But Anna is a little bit weaker, but to be completely honest with you, I don't care, because I would not mind her dying early. I don't, however, have my Cauldron at level 4. So I don't have my Cauldron at level 4, so that is going to be playing quite a significant change in it. Barley. So same lineup as my main. Gonna have Hero and Sven in the back. Want to have Anna speed up Hero as much as possible, get those evades up, get those shields going, get that speed up going, and I want Merlin to be my second one. I want Merlin to be able to speed up my spells. I only have Cauldron at level 3, but difference between level 2 and level 3 in this particular scenario means absolutely nothing. You get more health for the Cauldron at level 3, which I don't care about, because Hero is going to be giving it shields, Hero is going to be giving it evades, so it should not be dying. So let's go in and see if we can do 9% damage. That's going to be a huge milestone. Again, Bliss, I don't have my Honey Lemon up there, and I prefer Merlin over Honey Merlin. Honey Merlin. Wow, Honey Lemon. Simply because he's able to speed things up. Now, why would you go ahead and just give me that right off the bat? You're gonna waste all my evades. I don't like this run. I know I said this last time, but I still don't like this run. I need to get those tentacles cleared. I'm gonna go speed up Hero now, considering that I wasted a magic on him. Let's get... stupid misclick. That was supposed to go to Sven. It was not supposed to go to Bubbles. think I am going to reduce her TM even though it's still low. There's Merlin with that wonderful 10%. But yeah, this is why I love Merlin, is because he constantly cleanses himself. He doesn't feed anything to Ursula. He doesn't feed anything to her. So it gives my teammates a little bit more time to build up, a little bit more time to get ramped up, which is what I want to see. So I would much rather take that over the 15% TM reduction, and that's only if you have Honey Lemon at tier 7. If you don't have Honey Lemon at tier 7, you're only getting 10% reduction. So I would personally, I want to take, I take the no additional TM versus the TM reduction, and second time in a row now, I'm up to 20% for my spells. But this is going to hurt a little bit because all of my evades are going to disappear. There's one, there's the second. But no helpful immunity. Ursula, you're gonna take a little second there. I don't want you hitting just yet, okay? Just be a little patient. Speed on my bubbles because I want to make sure that he's getting his energy up, and the fact that we got that tentacle up there means it's good because I'm not feeding Ursula the TM, I'm feeding the tentacle the TM. I didn't speed up bubbles on that one because I know I can take down the tentacle with Hero's attack, and I would much rather do that than get bubbles to go. And this is actually good. So the tentacle removed all my evades, and then Ursula hit me. And the reason why Ursula hitting me was good is because my magic went up. And you want to do that. I don't care about the shields down because this is why I love Merlin so much. Shields gone. Gonna get Ursula, take another back seat there. In this particular situation, I want to get some shields up, get that tentacle down, and let's start doing some damage, shall we? Well, so Bliss, the reason why his cleanse comes up so quick, and I said this earlier, his ability needs to be a level 3. And the reason why his ability needs to be a level 3 is because... what do I want to do here? Oh, nothing, I want to attack her. His ability a level 3 is going to be able to give himself 3 magic. So he's wasting his magic to go and use his cleanse, but then he's gaining it right back. So he's never actually hitting Ursula, right? Like, if you can see here, the reduced cooldowns of target teammate by 3. That's why this is important. So he's never actually hitting her. Like, her TM just basically went up. And at this point, my cauldron is going to be up the next time Merlin's passive kicks in, which is fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted to get. So now I can get bubbles to go in and remove all her TM. There we go. Get some more shields up. Get some more carrots. And the reason why I like Anna in that spot is because Anna's able to speed up a little bit at the beginning. And there we go. There's that passive that kicked in. And now I got my cauldron up. I don't have to rely on Ursula hitting me. I don't have to rely on her damaging my characters to be able to get that cauldron up. And now that I got the cauldron up, I place it in between Sven and Hero with Anna especially, simply because when I use her ability, it gives haste on the cauldron. I think his passive is at level 1 maybe, or level 2. Like it's low. It's definitely not high enough to be able to do anything significant. We'll take a look at it in a second. As soon as his turn comes up. There's his passive again. 40% chance to increase by 10%. So I want to say his passive is level 2. Maybe. Now that I got 20 crits on Sven, now I can actually go in and shadow Sven. And I wanted to use that shadow so that Merlin can continue to build up my shadows. And now with two Svens, they're going to constantly keep feeding off each other as to who goes and does it. His cleanse at level 3 is required. So on my ult that I used right before it, he was gear 6 and he still had the level 3 cleanse. You want that level 3 cleanse, because if you don't have the level 3 cleanse, it means that every other turn Merlin has to attack. And when Merlin attacks, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get a Sven assist, or if you're gonna get or if you're just gonna get TM added onto your opponent. So you definitely want to get Merlin's passive up to level, his cleanse up to level 3. There we go, beauty. That's about a 70-80k hit. Speed up my cauldron here again a little bit. Feed some more over to Bubbles. There's Merlin again with his passive. If you have the runes, and if you have him at T7, T8, that's fantastic. Well, that's exactly why I love him. He is a passive character. Everybody says Baymax for the taunt, Baymax for the cleanse, but his Baymax's cleanse, in my opinion, is a little slow. Like it doesn't go as fast as I want it to, whereas opposed to Merlin is able to cleanse every single turn with his ability. This one is actually going very good. I like the way this is going. Yeah, Blizz, give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Let me know what. We've been using this lineup for a little bit of time, and I used this lineup in heroic on Glute, and I was able to do about 900k damage against Glute with this lineup. In heroic, every single person was T7 with no additional gear pieces, with the exception of Bubbles, who had that gear piece for potency. I hate how they stack the damage right on top of each other. Like, couldn't you just put one on top of the other so I can see how much damage I'm doing? Like, that's 70k damage from Sven. That's beauty. There goes Anna. That's fine. Don't mind her. She was there just to be able to speed things up a little bit with my cauldron, get my evades up. There goes the tentacle. Love it. There's Merlin's passive again. I'm telling you, I love Merlin a lot more than I love Baymax when it comes to the raid. And I love Baymax. Like, he's in my my Sorcerer's Tournament lineup. Yeah, Blizz, like I said, did about 900k in heroic with all T7s, with the exception of Bubbles. I can only imagine once I start getting people upgraded and start getting gear pieces on there, as to how much damage I'll be able to do. And the beauty is that you can restart if you get a crappy TM. I'm hoping to be able to record when we do heroic, to showcase what that's gonna look like. Like, Merlin just uses cleanse. Like, he does nothing else. The only people that are feeding him TM right now are Sven, and that's it. Nobody else, or her, I should say, feeding TM. Loops upon loops upon loops. Get those charges build up on here, or get them going up there. 70k hit, love it. And that's without anything. Just my shadows doing 20k damage. Another passive, love it. And the beauty about Merlin using his passive is that the Cauldron is not going to touch Merlin. In this particular scenario, and that's the reason why I actually want Anna to die. If you have Cauldron at level 4, Cauldron is going to be hitting Bubbles, and it's going to be hitting Hero. Yeah, Baymax definitely feeds TM. So like I said, like I like Merlin more than I like Baymax. I'm gonna speed up Bubbles if I can hit him. Yeah, I can. Beauty. I'm gonna reduce the TM a little bit. And now goes Merlin. That's alright. It's a good run. Should be able to take her down to maybe a 5th left in the health. I'm gonna keep eating carrots with my Sven here. Bam. Beauty. Let's get Sven with attack up there. Get some nice damage coming in here now. I did attack at that point because that was a 90k hit damage from just Sven alone, never mind his shadow. Plus, yeah, it definitely plays out the turns much longer. Like, you can take this lineup if you have them strong enough. Master in our club took them from P2 with, I believe it was both eels at the time, and cleared literally everything all the way, like the entire raid. Granted, that was T4, it wasn't heroic, but you can take them deep. You can take them very deep. And he doesn't take this particular lineup. He uses Barley with Merlin because his Barley is strong enough to be able to reduce TM, to reduce the magic whenever he wants it to. I'm gonna tactic Sven here because I want his attack, but I don't want it yet. And that was a mistake. I should have sped up the Cauldron there. Dart, we did try a heroic. Unfortunately, the difference between T4 and heroic is not just, even though it's the same health, they resist a hell of a lot more. That was a nice 100k hit there. They resist a hell of a lot more, like insane amount. Bam. I might be able to kill her. Do you think I don't want him attacking now because I'm gonna have my shadow attack her. And if both of them would have attacked her, Bubbles would have skipped the turn. And I do not want that. So I'm going to go and tactic Sven here. I messed up my turn order. That's unfortunate. Could have done a lot more damage if I would have timed that up properly. Because Bubbles died a little bit earlier, I think I missed about 400 or 500k damage. There's that assist. Come on. Come on, we can do this. We can do this, my wonderful reindeer. Don't care about that tentacle. Let the tentacle hit as many times as the tentacle wants to hit. I'm gonna continue shot targeting Ursula in case my regular Sven assists, which he did. That's 90k to her. And there's another 90k to her. I'm gonna eat a little more. That's it, is what it is. But now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna speed up Sven so that I can get his attack up as well, because we're about to finish this raid. I don't see any way where Ursula is going to survive, even with hero dead right now, and that's fine. She used up her ability. I don't care about the tentacles coming up. My main Sven already has 4 evades on, and I do believe that I should be able to deal enough damage with those 4 evades up, even with the tentacle. I'm not going to focus on that tentacle at all. Not with my main. I will with my shadow. Come on. Ah, she gained the double magic, so there goes my Sven. Ah, so close. Literally inches away. That one mistake with bubbles. Man. Alright, out of time. But yeah, that's essentially the comp for it. That's the reason why I like Merlin so much. That's the reason why I think Merlin does actually better in the raids than Baymax does. I've been doing this for what, 30 minutes now, 40 minutes with just one particular lineup. And if my cauldron was tier 4, I would have been able to clear without a problem. Look at those shields. Look at those shields. That reindeer is withstanding all of those tentacles. 700 damage at a time. Yeah, I know, sheep. So close. The one mistake. Honestly speaking, if I didn't make that mistake with bubbles earlier on, it would have been dead. It would have been over. That's also the disadvantage to continuously looping through it. You can make mistakes so easy because you have to be so careful as to what you do when you do it. 2.5 million damage in T4, and look at that reindeer. Everybody says reindeers are better than people. Yeah, T4, 2.5 damage in P4. Like I said, the exact same lineup used in heroic, about 900k damage, and not against P4 Ursula, but against Glute, against phase 1. So looking very much forward to it, hoping that I can get the cauldron upgraded, but it's way too far away to get it to level 4. So that's it in a nutshell. 40 percentile, 40 percentile. Let's go in and get the wonderful clear ability from our wonderful Prince Eric. Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter who else is on there beside him. Get that animation going, get that satisfaction of a raid completion. Yeah, hopefully I don't get a bad turn order, because if she goes first, I don't know if my Eric can survive. Oof. This might hurt. This might hurt a little bit. Ooh, so close. So close. There's the animation. There she goes, down into the depths of the ocean. And that's all she wrote, folks. We're able to do 2.6, 2.7 mil damage with essentially one lineup. Like, Eric was just there for the kill. Beauty, I got that one piece there that I needed. That one's going right on bubbles. Oh yeah, yeah, right on bubbles. And that's it, folks. I had 3 accounts: Todoroki, Urza's Rage, and the alt. Both of these two were using the Anna+Merlin lineups. Anna+Merlin lineups. Both of them were able to do massive damage late on in the game. I did use them early on against Glute, and I was able to do about a mil damage again. Actually, Todoroki was able to do about a 1.2, 1.3 mil in the first phase of T4. And my alt, which my alt is significantly underpowered, did 1.3 damage in phase 4. Like, by significantly underpowered, I can, if you guys missed it, let me go and show it to you real quick here, what significantly underpowered means. Where are you? There you are. Significantly underpowered to the point where my Sven is not T7. My Bubbles doesn't have the additional gear piece for 28% potency. You know what I mean? I used Barley as well, which Barley was only T6 for it. My Anna's T6. Like, again, significantly overpowered. Ableist, yeah, those commands are documented. So if you go in for CC, if you run it's E help conquest, you'd be able to pull them up to show you what they mean. If you have any questions, ping me in our Discord, in the Eve support Discord, and I can show them to you over there. Let me just go in and take a look at it, switch over to it real fast here. But yeah, so the command that you're looking for CC is ehelp conquest, and that'll pull up the conquest help command. But yeah, please come over to our support server for Discord, and we'll help you out there for everything you need. All right, guys, I gotta run, but it's been an absolute pleasure. And if you guys got any questions, come by and ask whatever you guys want to ask in our support server and the ANZGC server. And I'll take these videos and I'll post them up so you guys can see the Barley lineup, you can see the Anna lineup, both of them showcasing Merlin because he's an absolute beast when it comes to raids. Alright guys, have a good Saturday and love